everyone, Dr. Siobhan France here, a physical therapist, and welcome back to my channel. You're here because you are a health and wellness expert or a healthcare professional working a 9-to-5 job, feeling healthcare burnout, and you're thinking about starting a business. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some of the mindset shifts that I had to make when I started my first online business, and truthfully, I wish I had known some of these shifts prior to starting this business in the first place. So if you're thinking about starting a business as a health and wellness expert or the healthcare professional that you already are, or if you're looking to completely break out of the healthcare industry, then stick around because I'm going to be sharing these mindset shifts with you. So here is shift number 1. You have to be in it for the long term. So I've been a physical therapist now for just over 7 years, and I started to feel healthcare burnout probably within my 3rd or 4th year. But even with my 1st or 2nd year as a practicing clinician, I started to notice just certain trends and certain things happening in the healthcare industry. So at the moment, I really didn't know that I wanted to start a business, but I was absolutely thinking about it. But the first thing that really came to my mind was I needed a way to create extra income in my life. And when I started to do that, I was looking for ways to make money. I wasn't necessarily looking for a way to, per se, build a business, and especially not something long term. What I have found now is that the extra income that I was able to create in starting a business was really great, but I really didn't have true long-term vision just yet. So as you're in this process of thinking about starting a business, I want you guys to think about what can you possibly do long-term. What is your passion, and is that a passion that you can actually sustain doing long term? Because it's one thing to say that you want to create extra income, it's a whole nother thing to say that you want to start a business. So if you're thinking about starting something just so you can say, I'll see how this goes, then you're going to waste a lot of time and a lot of money just trying to figure it out and see how it goes. And the chances of it going well are probably going to be slim to none, because looking to see how something goes doesn't set you up to have real success. In the end, you're going to end up more confused, you're going to waste the time, waste the money, and in the process, you actually run the risk of hurting your self-esteem and hurting your self-confidence, because you might be thinking, I'm really not cut out for this, because you entered into a new business or a way to create extra income, just kind of seeing how this goes. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some people that can build an income on the side or start a business, and yes, they can have some money coming in, but they're not there for the long term, and so they might be thinking to themselves, gosh, this is really hard, I can't do this, and then they end up quitting because they didn't cast their vision, wide enough to say that they really wanted to build something. So the one thing I really work on when it comes to coaching with my clients, I help them to claim their shift. They've made the firm decision that yes, they want to venture out into doing a business. And then I help them manifest that vision. I help them create that vision first in their mind so that we can now know how to manifest that by taking the right set of actions. So in order to have that long-term vision and make sure that you are in it for the long haul, then you want to really create that vision before jumping into something. Align with that vision, and then you'll be set up for success. That will also ensure that you are not being burned out by this new venture. So here is mindset shift number 2. What are you really looking to get out of starting a business? Now, this might seem kind of trivial, but it's really important to get attached to your why. And this goes into shift number 1 by creating that vision, but why do you want to do this? What are you looking for? Is there something that you're looking to gain besides the income? Because in the beginning, if you're not creating any income, you're going to have a why, a strong reason behind why you want to do this so it can pull you more towards that vision and help to keep you in the game of building a business. So what are you really looking to get out of building a business other than just money? Are you looking for joy and fulfillment? And yes, there's a lot of work that we have to do internally when it comes to finding joy, happiness, fulfillment, but there is also something that a business can help to provide you in building out this vision and this lifestyle that you really want. So getting very clear on why you want to do this is going to ensure that, like I said, you actually stick around to continue building this. So here is shift number 3. Reinventing yourself as a new being. So for me, as a physical therapist, I felt really bad, and sometimes I still do, by saying that I no longer felt fulfilled in my career choice. Now, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love treating patients, and that's the only thing I love. What I don't actually love is the paperwork. I don't love being double booked. I don't enjoy having less and less time with my patients. I don't enjoy the negative attitude of some of the people that I've had to work with. And so all of those things really wore me down, and it made me feel even more healthcare burnout. The demand just got so high on how many patients I had to see that it really took some of the joy out of actually treating. And that's truly my heart and passion, is wanting to give and provide my patients and my personal clients with these kinds of results. But the pressure just started to feel a whole lot, and I really just felt so much burnout. So when I lost that sense of real fulfillment in this thing that I was doing every single day, that's really when I started to look elsewhere and thinking about starting a business. So the first business I actually started was around physical therapy. If you actually scroll back through some of my older videos, don't do it now because I have some more shifts to share, but after this is over, you can scroll back through and you can see some of the very first videos I created. It was all physical therapy related because my business in the beginning was all around that. And so I was creating exercise and rehab videos personalized to my clients. And I was really teaching them how to exercise safely at home and prevent joint pain or treat joint pain if they already had it. And I was doing that and I really loved it. But even that just got to the point where it felt like it was too much, because I think I was still kind of carrying around some of that burnout type of feel into this business as well. And so that's when I really discovered that there was a whole realm about mindset that I really loved. And at the end of the day, I was not only providing rehab videos for my clients, but I was also sharing with them a lot about mindset, because there's a whole psychological component to pain, and that's a whole nother video and story. But I started to really love the mindset around just life in general. And so that really spawned my passion into the coaching world. So I took the skill sets that I learned from building a business online and doing physical therapy related things as a business, and I combined that with my passion for really coaching and helping other women find true joy and true fulfillment by aligning to a path that has a deeper meaning for them, because that was the same path that I took. I was looking for a path that had deeper meaning for me. So I started in this path, kind of taking my health expertise, creating a business around that. And then I completely landed in a whole different industry around the coaching world and really helping other ambitious women do the same thing. So when I had to reinvent myself as a coach, it's like I had to take my physical therapy hat off for a second, because as a physical therapist and having a business that way, I never really had to take my hat off. But being in the coaching world, there are times where I have to take my hat off. And I felt some resistance in defining myself as a coach rather than being a physical therapist. And yes, there's a lot of skill sets I learned in being a PT that I've applied to my business, but when it comes to being a coach, it really is a different ballgame. So how I showed up in the world, how I showed up in the marketplace, how I showed up on YouTube videos, it's just one of those things that I had to say to myself, Siobhan, it's okay. I had to allow myself to actually be a different being and not try to discredit me being a PT, but just understand and allow myself to be something different and knowing that all of that really is okay. So if you are looking to completely switch careers, I mean completely out of the healthcare world, then it's totally fine. You don't need my permission, but in case you're wondering what it feels like, it feels great. It feels amazing because honestly, I'm really serving such a deeper purpose and I really do enjoy this. So the moment that you embark on your new venture and you feel some resistance to, doing something different, then just know that I promise you it is okay. Okay, here is shift number 4. Don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 22. So if you're just getting started and you're really just kind of thinking about this and you're not sure where you're ready to go just yet, then you might be looking around online, you might be searching different videos, might be looking at different people and saying, gosh, I could do that, I could do that, I could do that. Well, just know that what you're seeing online, people have spent years or months building up to. And so what you see as this, perfect model or somebody with all the bells and whistles doesn't mean that that's where you're going to start. So don't compare your journey to someone else's. There's a lot of hard work that really goes into building a business, producing videos, having clients, learning how to sell. There's a lot of things that really go into play. So if you see somebody that you really admire, there's nothing wrong with that. But just know that you don't want to compare yourself, especially when you're just getting started and you just have this thought that you want to do something else. So don't compare, because comparison is the thief of all joy. And you don't want that person's success to distract you or discourage you, but yet you should really use it as something to inspire you. And that's the real key. You want to use as inspiration. And I highly recommend, searching around and kind of getting an idea of some things. And I'm actually going to create in my next video some best business ideas for healthcare professionals. So stay tuned for that video, which I will be posting here next Tuesday. But just keeping in mind that it's okay to look around, but when you start to create the vision for what you want, then you're going to be able to say, okay, I'm going to take a look at these 3 or 4 people, kind of see what they're doing. And then when the time is right, it's going to be a perfect fit for you to get a coach that can help you move along and guide you along that path. But until then, make sure that you're not looking around in order to compare, but you're doing something called market research. You're just looking around to see, what fits you and maybe get some more ideas. Okay, so here is the 5th shift that I had to make. You've got to get good at selling. Now, why did I even make this a shift? So as a healthcare professional, I never really thought of myself as a salesperson, and I know sales can sometimes have like an icky feel or a negative connotation to it, but just understand that if you are a 9-to-5 worker and you're a healthcare professional or some kind of health expert right now, and you are in a clinic, so for me, I was in a clinic, I didn't have to go out and get patients or get clients. All I had to do was sit and wait, and next thing you know, I had 15 to 20 people that I was seeing because the company was doing their own lead generation. The company was getting clients. They were getting customers. They had their own marketing team, and my job was just to treat the patients. My job wasn't to go out there and get my own patients. It really wasn't until, like I said, I had my first business that I had to go out and get my own clients. And so I had to get good at selling, but really I had to get comfortable with it. And if I can be really honest, I know a lot of healthcare practitioners, we really have this caring, bleeding kind of heart because we really want to help and serve people. So you have to shift your mindset around this selling factor and really understand that we're here as a business owner to provide a service or a product to people that can genuinely help them. And we're here to help them make a decision why our product best suits them. Now, the other caveat to that is making sure that you're not trying to, give a product to someone or a service that isn't a good fit, okay? That's bad practice, and you're just not being a good human, honestly. And so you want to make sure that you're actually selling your service or products to people who can really use them and who can really benefit, and you know that what you're providing can truly help them. So this was a shift that I had to make, and it was a hard shift, partly because it just wasn't something I was used to. I never really had to go out there and like put myself out there and really market to people. And I do talk to a lot of health professionals and a lot of health experts now that I've been helping to coach, and I really find that they end up kind of hiding, right? They just kind of hide because they don't know how to put themselves out there. They're good at what they do. They're good at their craft. They're good at their expertise. And I'm sure you're exactly like that too. You're good at what you do, but you may not be good at showcasing or broadcasting to people what you really do. So just know that that is a shift that you're going to have to make. You're going to have to market yourself and put yourself out there, and not necessarily put yourself up for rejection, right? But just knowing that that might actually happen. There's going to be people out there that are going to have hater comments or that really aren't going to want your service or say bad things. But our job is to make sure that we're going out there and putting our best foot in front and making sure that we are marketing ourselves in a way that people are drawn to us and we're really providing a good service or a good product for people. We got into healthcare because we really wanted to help people. That's certainly why I got into it. And I feel sad sometimes that I've experienced so much healthcare burnout. And so I really wasn't prepared per se to have to go out there and put myself out there. But I know that what I provide for my clients is a really good service, and I know that my clients are getting results. So I want that so much more than the fear of putting myself out there. So just knowing that you have to make this switch, I wish I would have known, and that's why I'm sharing with you now. All right, so shift number 6. I think we're on 6, right? You will be bad before you're good and good before you are great. So I am a great physical therapist. I do good work. My patients get good results. My personal clients get good results. But the thing is in terms of starting a business, I didn't know what I was doing in the beginning. I didn't have a know-how or a proper system. And so there were things that I really just wasn't good at in the beginning. And I got good over time because I learned about that. I practiced that. I mean, just think about the profession that you're in right now. You had to do continuing education. All healthcare professionals have to do some form of continuing education. I personally have to do continuing ed every 2 years. And so that keeps me fresh. I'm always constantly learning how to improve the results of my patients. Well, business is no different. There are things that are really changing, especially if you're looking to start a business in the online world. And when it comes to the online space, gosh, things are changing so fast that you have to keep up with certain trends and certain ways to market. But just understanding that those things may not come easy to you in the beginning, and that's okay, because you're going to stick with it and you're going to see that you can actually reap the rewards of all of the hard work that you've done. So just think about, where you are right now in terms of your professional career and the amount of work that it took for you to put in, but where you are now is you're a doctor or you're a physical therapist or you're a nurse or you're whatever healthcare practitioner you are, and how much work you put in. Just know that your business is going to be like your new baby and you're going to have to nurture that. So it is okay to not be good at some of these things. And I know that can bruise the ego quite a bit, because when you're really good at being a healthcare provider, we're good at what we do, it can be a little challenging to go into something else where, we're not so good at. And we're almost kind of like Bambi, right? Like we're feeling nervous and frightened to kind of put ourselves out there. So just know that it will get better, but if you kind of go in with that mentality that there will be some resistance and some challenge, you're going to be able to work through that a lot easier. So comment below with what form of healthcare you're in, and if you're experiencing burnout, how long did it take for you to experience burnout? Like I said earlier, I noticed some changes in year 1 and 2, and then by year 3 and 4, I really started to feel healthcare burnout, like so much pressure. So I'd love to know what form of healthcare you're in. So shift number 7 that you're gonna have to make is personal growth and development. Yes, Personal growth and development is the absolute key, because if you're not growing yourself, then your business can't grow. And a mentor of mine once said, your business will never be bigger than you are. We have to constantly overcome our own fear, our own challenge, our own self-limiting beliefs, our own mental blocks in order to pursue a new path, a new venture, a new career, a new business. And it all starts with personal growth and development, getting to know yourself better, getting to kind of rewire some of our subconscious programs, and really coming to a space of where we kind of surrender to what is to come and what is really before us and what you're about to embark on. Because starting a business is very exciting. There's a lot of thrill, but there are times where things get really hard and you might be frustrated, or things might not be going the way that you want, or maybe there's no money in the beginning, whatever it might be. And it's the personal growth and it's learning how to cater to those challenges for yourself that's really going to continue to push you through. So these are the top 7 shifts that I wish I had known before I jumped into the business. I wish I could have wrapped my head around some of these and didn't meet them as I was coming. Have I been able to push through? Yes, I have, but I've done a lot of personal growth work, and I've just been on this personal growth journey for my own self while building a business. And so I just want to share these mindset shifts with you because they were really important to me. And at the moment that I met some of this resistance, I said, gosh, I wish I would have known. I felt I could have been more prepared. Now, you don't want to get into analysis paralysis. That's a whole nother topic, which I could make another video about. So let me know if you would like that. But just knowing that these things will come up, I think can give you some peace of mind and make you feel prepared to help you make a better decision on what your next step is going to be. So if you'd like to continue on this conversation, I actually have a secret society on Facebook all about mindset shifts for ambitious women. And I really created a beautiful collective of women that are all pursuing different goals and career paths, but we all know that we want more. We're all feeling tired of where we are, and these women are pushing through, and it's a really exciting group to be in. I would love to have you in there. There is a link to join that group for free in the description box. So stay tuned for my next video, because I'm actually going to be sharing with you business ideas for healthcare professionals. So if you've decided that yes, this is something I want to pursue, I'm going to be sharing with you some of the best business ideas for healthcare professionals. And if you like this video, make sure that you thumbs up it and let me know. Drop your comments down below. I would love to know your biggest takeaway. And share this video with somebody who you know could really benefit from this. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye.